In this tutorial I'm going to be going over how to update animation for game version 1.44. This is done the same way for ETS2 and ATS. You can use the conversion dump path method, but I think it's important to learn it in Blender. I know not everyone likes using Blender, but I think it's a good skill to have, and this specific tutorial is going to be very easy. So when you've got your base path set of where all your files are going to go into, come up to File, Import, and SCS Models, Converter Pics and BT. Come over to your desktop or wherever you've got your extracted files and find your base.scs. Click it once and click Add Archive to List at the top. Then you're going to go into your documents and find where your mod is that you haven't updated yet. I've got way too many mods in here. Accidentally got some American Truck Simulator mods as well. Find the Mercedes NG. Eventually. There we go. Now in the Converter Pics wrapper window, going to go into Vehicle, Truck, your truck brand and model. Go into Interior and you'll find anim.png. You want to click it once. On the right hand side, Animations to convert and import. Click the tick box. And again, Vehicle, Truck, Truck brand, Interior. And you're going to see a list of all these PMAs. These are the animation files. You want to highlight them all. So just click and drag all the way down. Windows and wipers are done separately, so you will have to do that just the same way we're doing it here. So when they're all ticked, click OK, let it load in. Now while we're here, window in the way, these are your lights are going to light up. You're going to make sure it's sort of set like that. So your luminance value is going to be 2000 for day, and at night is going to be 10, just so they show up properly during the day due to changes in 1.40. If you haven't already done that, take a look at the material attributes. The rest can be up to you. Diffuse is good, have it on a high number. Specular not so much unless you want it to be shiny, which you really don't for this stuff. The important value is luminance output 2000 at the top and 10 below, how much it's going to show up during the day and during the night. But that's not what we're here for now. So when it's imported, all you've got to do is select the game object, which is your X, Y and Z axis in orange. Come over to the output path, default export path, vehicle folder, truck folder, Mercedes or whatever truck brand you've got, Interior, and you'll see anim.pim. Give that a click and the folder will change. As long as it's not red, you're fine. Click export and it'll be done. And then in the mod package settings, don't forget to change it to ETS2 if you're on that. And we're just going to call it 1632 anim. Click on pack. And that will put your mod into your mod folder. Now somebody did ask for license plates on the forum for the NG, so that is what I'm going to do. The Mercedes NG doesn't even have a license plate slot, so I'm going to be making a new one of those and doing some license plates for the UK, Romania, Germany, Netherlands, Ukraine, whatever. But I've got to get the right font, the exact right size, down to the millimetre, because I want it to be perfect, which does mean the update may be a while. But once that is done, go into your mod folder, open up this anim folder, and we're going to open up the truck mod itself. I can find it. There we go. So the one we're going from on the left to our mod on the right. Going to go into vehicle, truck, Mercedes, Interior. Now the animation works, but you do get errors in your game log. That is what we're going to fix. I've had cases where RLS Volvo, the animation didn't work at all in 1.44, but it still gave us errors. So some trucks may be built different, I don't know what causes it, but it's good to get it updated. So on the left is our exported one, and the right is what it's going to go into. So we're going to click at the top, the first PMA file, all the way down to the bottom. Hold left shift and click, so everything is selected, including the main anim, PMD and PMG. PMG being your geometry and PMD being the descriptor. I'm going to click and drag and replace. And automat files as well. Because it's a new folder, we can just drag in all this over there. Now we're going to load up the game. Make sure your mod is selected. See, mine is there. As you can see, all as it was before, with everything working. We'll try and sort out the wiper animation is a bit too slow. That's on the lowest, it's just not really quick enough. And there's a delay. The delay is too long between when it stops and when it starts. Now the only animation errors that should occur now is wipers and two windows. That's it. You don't get anything like the speedometer, the oil, the gas, the handbrake and all that. That is all gone. You're going to do the thing with the wipers and the windows exactly the same way. So it may be important to show you how we do that as well. And while we're at it, let's do that. So import SES models. I think it's important that I show you everything rather than just one type and say, you know, you can do the rest yourself, because you might get lost. So make sure your truck is selected as before. We're going to go back to wipers. Now there's two wipers on this truck, one for the regular cabin and one for the 6x4 or the heavy haul chassis as I like to call it. So let's do window first, as it's first in the list. There's no low chassis anymore. I removed those because of the new suspension settings in game version 1.44. I just don't think we need them. It's just really pointless. You can lower the truck yourself anyway. So with Win Open PMG selected, tick the box and go back. You have Win Open L and Win Open R. So left and right. Import that. Now you shouldn't have any errors when you import, because we imported the base, which has all the reflection and all that stuff. So again, we're just going to go to our default path, Win Open, export, and pack again. And then, just like before, copy over from the exported folder into our mod folder. So exported on the right on mod, sorry, exported on the left, mod on the right. Vehicle, truck, truck brand, vehicle, truck, truck brand. As you can see, we've got WinOpen PMD and the WinOpen PMA animation file. As you can see here, WinOpen L and WinOpen R. We're going to copy all four files into here. I really don't want to faff around with figuring out which automat is which, so we're just going to copy those over. You might not have to do it, but just the way I do things. As long as it works, I'm happy. You know, it might be wrong in some people's eyes, but at the end of the day, it's done and it works. I'm aware of the sound bank error. That's up to Mercedes to send me the new engine files. He is tied up with the Man F8 at the moment, so I don't really want to bother him about the engines. Right, you expand it. And as you can see, the only model animation error now is the wipers. We've fixed the window one. I've also fixed the dashboard display. And see, window's still open fine. So let's do the wipers, and then we're done. This video was a bit longer than I intended, but I think it's best to go over everything that needs to be done, just so you don't miss out anything important. What was it? Window? Wipers. Right, so select wipers. So wipers PMG on the left, wipers PMA on the right for the animation. Make sure it's orange. And make sure your folder is correct. So you should see wipers.pim here. Export, and again, pack. Regarding more tutorials, I may go over sometime soon, that's American Truck Simulator by mistake, how to make a building or a curve model. If you use the map editor, you know when you draw out a fence or a railing or something, you can click points and make more of it. That's what I'm going to do a tutorial on, as well as a basic model for the editor, because it's quite easy. Right, and then truck folder. Vehicle, truck, Mercedes, vehicle, truck, Mercedes. Wipers, PMD, PMG and PMA. As you can see, PMA, PMD, PMG. Drag those over. Oops. Just in case it whinges about auto maps, we're just going to copy everything over. Just get everything new in there. So as you can see, very, very easy indeed. There really isn't a lot to it. You just import, export and copy some files over. So now it should be free of errors. Well, related to the animation. So the only errors, warnings we're getting are the cities that aren't in game yet but are defined, and just sound. So there's no more animation errors here. They're all cleared up now. And that is how you do animation. As simple as that. Hope that's been helpful. There is really not a lot to it. You know, you just see it in a couple of minutes how it's done. So go forth and go and update your trucks, and I'll see you next time for another tutorial. Take care.